Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode on Cox Cash. Today's topic is the Cash ISA, and I'm going to run through what it is and some of its features. The Cash ISA is simply a savings account with a tax-free wrapper. It started in 1999, and the maximum you could put in per each year then was £3,000. Over the years, it's now worked up to £20,000. So every financial year, we can put away £20,000 free from the taxman. Having said that, had you been saving the maximum amount each financial year, over those 25 years, you would have accrued £262,520 in cash-free savings, and that's not even including the interest. The next feature would be the tax-free interest. So, as I mentioned, it is a tax-free savings account. If we were to use an example, let's say you've stored some money away in a normal savings account and you've accumulated £10,000. A basic rate taxpayer who pays 20% and receives the £1,000 saving allowance on that £10,000 would have to pay £1,800 in tax. A higher rate taxpayer who would only receive a £500 savings allowance and would be taxed at 40% would have to pay £3,800. And an additional rate taxpayer would receive a 45% tax, which would equate to £4,500 on that £10,000 interest they would have accrued. However, if you had accrued that £10,000 in a cash ISA, you would pay no tax whatsoever, meaning you would have all £10,000 of that, all £10,000 to yourself. So you can see how important a cash ISA is compared to an ordinary savings account. Another feature of the cash ISA is that it is transferable, meaning you can transfer previous year's subscriptions to new providers. As an example, let's say you had £20,000 saved last year with one provider, and then the following year you have another £20,000 to use for another provider. You can request to have your previous year's amount transferred to your new provider, and pretty much having a total of £40,000. The next feature is the accessibility, and by that I mean, in a normal savings account, if you lock your money away with a fixed rate, you are not normally allowed to touch that money unless there's exceptional circumstances. However, in a cash ISA, even in a fixed rate savings account, the providers must give you access to your money. However, the penalty would be usually you lose out on interest. Another feature, and this one comes as a result of the government changes to cash ISAs, is that you can now, as of recording 24-25, pay into multiple cash ISAs in the same tax year. This can come in handy. So as an example, you could have maybe £10,000 saved into a fixed rate savings account. And if you wanted, you could also have another £10,000 saved in with a variable savings account. This gives you flexibility. On that note, and this sort of comes into a couple of tips, when it comes to cash ISAs and the saving accounts, you can opt how you receive your interest. Usually it tends to be yearly, but there have been a number of providers who offer monthly interest. And personally, I prefer to go for monthly, but because you get the better compound interest, and it's also nice to see that money coming into your account more frequently as opposed to waiting yearly or on the anniversary as to when you open the account. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to list them in the comments section. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on cash ISAs and what you think and the Cash ISA providers you like to use. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in to this program.